All right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a lot of fun. Make sure you stay tuned because Sarabeth Sulio is about to come on and absolutely rock it. Talk about healing, talk about growth, empowerment, becoming your greatest possible self, and a sexy, special, sensual, delicious, nutritious, rejuvenating, reviving retreat that you got coming up. We'll talk about that in a second. Before that, let's talk about the sponsor message. If you're an entrepreneur, an influencer, someone who wants to impact the world in big, big ways, the 21-day challenge was created to help you break through whatever might be stopping you from achieving that. Whether it's clarity, you want more courage, you want more confidence, you want more fire, you want a plan, you want the accountability, you want the support, you just want the know-how on how to get your message out, make a bigger impact, and grow yourself and impact more people. That's the 21-day challenge. If you want to find out more, send me an email, chris@beyourgps.com. Bring it to me. Bring your problems, your challenges, your obstacles, the things that have kept you stuck, stopped, or just stalled. Because I love eating problems like those for breakfast. I love doing it with my clients, helping them expand their vision of what's possible and go out there and impact the world in huge, huge ways. So send me an email or find me on Facebook, facebook.com/th3burns. Let me know. Looking forward to talking to you. Next up is going to be the iTunes review of the week. This week it's by Becca Joyce, and Becca says, this podcast is fire! Yes, it is. Chris Burns, the host, always brings the energy, enthusiasm, and excitement. His passion for life and becoming your greatest possible self is contagious. He also brings on amazing guests from all different industries, so you will always learn something new and different each episode. I highly, highly recommend listening. Awesome. Thank you so much, Becca. If you want to give us a review, go to beyourgps.com/iTunes and you can give us a review. Go ahead and rate, review, subscribe to get more great, inspiring interviews and wisdom and these people becoming their greatest possible self, empowering you to become your greatest possible self as well. So beyourgps.com/iTunes or search Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self on iTunes. And you can find us there. And appreciate your feedback, letting us know how we can grow together. Looking forward to hearing from you. Next, we are going to introduce Sara. Before that, though, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, be ready to take fastidious notes. I think fastidious. I think I appropriately use that word. It's like diligent, something like that, right? Anyways, correct me if I'm wrong. Put a comment, something. Let me know. Notify me. Send me an email. But we're gonna have an amazing interview with Sara. She's gonna come on. She's gonna share about healing and growth. And you definitely want to stay tuned all the way through till the end of the interview. Stay through all the way through. Stay true all the way through. Complete what you start. It's one of the best habits that you can get into in life, and you're definitely going to stay excited and intrigued because Sarabeth is going to bring so much wisdom and value. So stay tuned, and we'll see you on the other side. Let's introduce her and then bring her on the screen. Sarabeth Sulio is a heart-centered boss babe who delivers the heaven on earth experience through beauty and wellness services. She values each session as an honor and a privilege to nurture, pamper, and serve the woman seeking a holistic approach to self-love and care. Sarabeth is a holistic health practitioner, certified massage therapist, licensed esthetician, Reiki master, and a healer, guide, and intuitive medium. And she's absolutely on fire, just doing so much good work for the world. Sarabeth, are you ready to rock the house, girl?
I sure am.
You sure are. Yes, you are. Look at you. You're so just brilliant. You're dazzling. You're full of great energy. You are on point, girl. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to have so much fun today. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And we're going to dive right into the theme of the day, which is who is your true self? So when you hear that question, Sara, what comes to mind for you? Who is your true self?
Well, for me, my true self, like I said, I'm a heart-centered boss babe. So everything I do comes from the heart. And that's why I gave myself that name, because every decision, before I even make it, I check with my heart first.
Yes.
And if it feels good, then I go with it. If it doesn't, then I pass it by.
Wow. That's so powerful. It's like checking in with the heart is essential, like you really feel into it cuz the head can get paralyzed. The head can want to do it because of external things or pressures or society's
Yep,
expectations or whatever, right? Blah blah blah. But when you really feel into your heart, then it's like it's clear, heck yes or heck no. I'm all in.
yep, yes,
you know?
definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
yep.
powerful. I love it. I love it. So that's a great, great response, Sarah. You're doing awesome. And I want to hear more about who you are and what you stand for. I mentioned it a little bit in the intro, but just share with us personally, what do you do for your clients, for these women? You pamper them. Tell us more about the stand you are for them.
Yes. So basically, my journey started when I was 16. I've gone through lots of experiences and
Yeah.
whatnot. I had the traditional corporate job, doing
Hmm.
accounting.
Hmm.
And basically, my mom and my parents like just wanted me to stop there. You got the corporate job, you're good to go. I'm like, heck no, this is not all that I want to do. Like,
Mm.
I want to get into massage.
Yeah.
When I got into healing, the Reiki healing, um, I further along. I wanted to do more. Like,
Yeah.
massage wasn't it. It wasn't
No.
the final destination, right?
Mm. Mm.
So I still kept following my heart and wanting to get into the spa industry. So
Yeah.
that's when I decided to go into beauty school. And let me tell you, it was not an easy road to get into beauty school. It took me 3 times before I actually got in. So,
Wow.
yeah, 3 times over 5 years.
Holy
Um,
moly.
Finally got in. Um, got student of the month. I worked hard.
Yes.
I worked hard to get to where I am.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
now that I've gotten all the skills that I've desired to get, like now I'm putting it all together in a
Mm.
package to be able to nurture and pamper that woman, the
Mm.
tired woman, the woman who needs to be re energized, the woman
Yeah.
who needs support, the woman who just needs to, like, renew.
Yeah.
And when they come into my spa, that's exactly what I want to give them. They lay down, I take care of the rest.
Mm.
I do my magic because
Ooh.
that's what I have.
Ooh, yes, you
And
do. Yes, you do.
I just infuse my clients with love and light, and that's what I do, and that's what makes me happy. And
Mm.
when I see my clients get up with that face,
Yeah.
it's priceless.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it. That's why I do it.
Wow,
So
that's amazing. I love it. This is so incredible. I love how you said you have this magic because you do. Especially, you've really developed these gifts within yourself that aren't very common. A lot of people don't take
mhm,
the time to like go within and study these different modalities like Reiki, like
mhm,
oh my gosh, like Reiki and Qigong and all these amazing things. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. This is like the deeper layers of life going deep. And I know
yes,
on our call that we had earlier, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just having so much fun. This is a great conversation. We're just like full of light and full of love. And that's really who you are. Anyone who's around you, it just rubs off. I can feel it.
uh,
Everyone around you can feel it. It's awesome. So just
thank
keep being
you.
keep being you, Sarah. Keep being the radiant light that you are. And I want to go back into that journey that you talked about because that's a super great place to know the distinctions, the wisdom that you gain, the experience that you went through to really connect with some of the women and men who are out there listening right now. Let's go back and talk about how did that journey evolve. You mentioned beauty school, you had to try a couple times. What kept you going? What kept that fire lit within you?
Wow. Okay. So, like I said, starting when I was 16,
Yeah.
I went through some trauma. So,
Mm.
I ended up having a baby at 17, getting
Wow.
married at 16. So, I had to grow up really fast,
Yeah.
Um, like I said, like I wasn't going to be a statistic. I knew
Mm.
I was better than that.
Wow.
Yeah, I may have gotten pregnant at an early age, but I wasn't gonna let that stop me.
Mm.
So, like I said, I got married. I Like I said, I didn't want anything to stop me, so I was in homeschool. I
Mm.
actually graduated a year early.
Wow.
I went to college. So I still did the things. I still did the things, and I just never gave up. Even though
Mm.
I was always told, you already have what you need, I knew in
Mm.
my heart that I wanted more and that there was more to me.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started exploring, like, what my gifts were, looking at who I can talk to, mentors and whatnot. And once I found my tribe,
Mm,
like that just lit me up to find all the other parts of me, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And by being that tribe and having the people of that same energy, it just opens you up, it expands you, it
yeah.
makes you want to be better,
Oh, wow.
and
How
serve
did
the
you
world.
attract like really good people early on in your journey? Like how did you like what was it about you that attracted great people around you?
Honestly, it was more of a, gosh, universe, I need this type of person in my life.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like also like, felt into why I needed this person. And
Yeah.
somehow, some way that person showed up,
That's
and
amazing.
and
Yeah.
I totally believe in things happening for a reason and
Right.
having intentions. And as long as they're in the positive vibes and of the highest vibrations, you can make anything happen, right?
Did you
So
know that? Did you know that when you were like, in your late teens, early 20s?
no, not at the time. Not at, no. Believe it or not, I just really dove into it within the past year.
Wow.
Within the
Wow.
past year, and now it's all making sense and
Oh my
it's all
gosh.
coming together. And here I am making moves and living my best life now.
Wow, you are, girl, you are. So you mentioned that like when you just said, "Hey, universe, I want this person. I'm hungry for this person to come into my life. This is who I need," and then they would show up. Like, would you just say, would you just like keep going, like, "Oh, cool," and then you would keep like living your life, or did you start seeing a pattern that you were like activating some kind of principle or law or some kind of power within you?
I honestly feel like it was like as each person came into my life, they activated a new part of me,
Ooh,
and so one person I do want to talk about is my friend Wallie, who I actually met in massage school.
yeah.
And talk about soulmate friends and clients and whatnot. Like the moment we saw each other, we
Oh,
instantly knew. Like,
oh.
and she has been one of the most influential people in my life too.
Hmm.
She's a theta healer, Reiki master. So
Wow.
she works with me and my energy and helping me take care of myself.
Yeah.
So and then of course, going through massage school and learning more about healing and more modalities, it just opened it up to more people. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. That's
just being in the
incredible.
right place at the right time, I guess.
Yeah, that and you like right place, right time, and there's also the right you, right? The right Sarah had to
Yeah.
show up, and not everyone has the right you because they have a not the greatest mindset, and
Mhm.
they repel the things and the people that they want. So I think it's really important that you recognize how in alignment and how like it's almost
Yeah.
like effortless and easy things are coming to you when you're manifesting, creating these things. And it's important,
Oh,
I think, to notice what are those activators of your power, of that alignment, of those creations and manifestations. So
mhm.
is there anything else that comes to mind for you that we can share with the audience as ways that you made that happen, as distinctions or certain things that you practiced to really have that superpower?
Honestly, it's all about feeling.
Mm,
It's like, for instance, when you're manifesting something, sometimes it's not that quote unquote thing, right?
right, right.
It's more about the feeling of having that thing.
Mm,
So when I'm manifesting, for instance, money,
yeah.
I'm not manifesting money per se, but more so the feeling of freedom that it brings. Does
Wow.
that make sense?
Mm,
So like more about I'm more now that I've learned like the principles of manifesting, and now it's more about, okay, how do I want to feel?
yeah.
What do I want to feel?
Mm,
And
yeah.
so when I sit in that feeling and really pull it in and like bring it into my heart space,
Mm,
I'm able to be in that moment. And once I felt that, I release it and trust that the universe will bring it to me. So
wow.
yeah,
This like why doesn't everyone have this, Sarah? The magic that you have, like what's stopping them from being able to do this awesomeness that you have, and it's all within us, right? But some people
right.
are not able to activate it as well as you are. So what do you think might be blocking them or stopping them?
Limiting beliefs of not being good enough.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
that is definitely something that I've had to work through 110%.
Yep.
Um, and really also, like I said, mindset, like really, we go with, for instance, as part of the retreat, we talk about inner child healing, like
Yeah.
growing up feeling that you're not good enough the whole time, goes into the adulthood.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't remember why you're
Hmm.
not, and so like going back to that and figuring out why we've held on to that, you
Hmm.
know, it helps. It like helps with the healing and moving on and moving forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Wow. So it's like the limiting beliefs, people aren't willing to look at what might be holding them back from their
mhm,
childhood. They might not know about these different healing processes, like the
mhm,
childhood healing and just Reiki, and like there's all these different methods, but a lot of people don't even know about them.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And sometimes talking about it too for with people who don't understand, everything is energy. And,
Yeah.
I always believe, what you put out is what you get back. So
Yes.
I'm always intending to put out good energy. So what can
And
I
you
get back,
do. You do. I love it. I love it. So awesome. So you went through this beauty school, massage school, right? You were going through these phases. What were some of the biggest lessons and wisdom that you gained from going through those times? Your journey. Let's keep diving into that and see, what were those other pivotal moments for you?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, like going through school, it's more like, why did you have to go back? So having here, oh, you're not spending time with me. Oh, you're
Mm,
doing this instead of like, and it was just one of those where I had to just keep my eye on the prize,
yeah.
like just keep going.
Yeah.
One step in front of the other each day. And
Mm.
the next thing you know, a year later, we're done, like
Wow.
it wasn't that bad, right? So, it's just always, you just always got to take the line to action. You always just got to keep working towards that goal
Mm,
because, each step makes a difference.
yeah.
You just got to keep moving.
Yeah, that's right. 100%. It's to stay in the game. Don't give
Mhm.
up. Stay focused on that result. Especially, I love what you said about the feeling. Right? It's not so much even about the item or the thing, but it's how do I want to feel when I get that, and how can I
Right.
generate that now? How can I feel that and experience that now? And I know you're also doing a retreat coming up, an Empower Thyself retreat. How did you get the idea for the retreat, Sarah?
Like I said, like it's a culmination of all my gifts put into one. Like I felt like, like I would want to do something like this for myself,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'd be like, I know others want to do that, would want the same thing. And so, I've gone through this journey of learning a lot of things and going through experiences. Like I want to be able to bring together like a group of women to
Mm,
create a soul sister connection, to be, unapologetic in who they are, where we can learn and grow from each other,
mm,
and go through the healing aspect, but also love ourselves and
mm.
getting like the whole spa day experience. So, again, it's all about empowering who we are, like going back again, like I said, going back to the inner child, like going back and remembering that part of us.
Mm.
And although it may not seem too comfortable at first, I feel like it's necessary to be able to understand why you do certain things,
Yeah. Yeah.
and being able to connect with that and become aware of that and be able to heal that, I think, is something that'll catapult you to your next level, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So I'm hearing that you saw that women were blocked. They had limiting beliefs. They weren't pampering themselves. They weren't taking care of themselves. And you want to give them a reason to go to one of these spa days, but not just any spa day. It's like a times 100. Like to
Yes.
really to pamper, to break free, to release things from the past, and to just clear themselves up emotionally, energetically, to step
Yeah.
into a whole new version of themselves.
Yes, and that is
Yeah.
so exciting to me because I just think about my own journey and I'm like, gosh, if I can share this with other women
Yeah.
who are on like similar paths, who are ready to make these moves,
Mm.
it's just gonna be so amazing. Like I would be so honored to be able to hold that space.
Yeah.
It just it means so much right here.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yes.
feel it. I feel it. And I think there's that transformation on the other side, like when you see, like when you said their faces after they get up after a session, it's like the
Yeah.
just, oh my gosh, like I was just transported to another universe of pleasure and relaxation and enjoyment.
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
So the retreat is really also, I'm sure, a opportunity for people to get away, right? To like
Mhm.
disconnect from the hustle and bustle of life and go somewhere where they can just be still and enjoy themselves and like pour back into themselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. Like, I mean, even with like our healing day, like we're gonna have a sound bath, a sound healing bath, and like just being able to lay down and receive the sounds of the wonderful crystal singing bowls, like
Yeah.
activating each of the chakras and being able to just like,
Mm.
ah, I
Oh
just,
my
it's
gosh.
such an amazing experience. And for those who haven't had that experience, like this retreat would give them that on top of like all the other beautiful things that we have in store for the retreat. So,
Wow. So
yeah.
I'm curious, how did you decide what was going to be there? Because I know you're going to be there. You have some other amazing people, like Wallie's going to be there, and just like a stellar lineup of facilitators and experts and people who are going to come serve and deliver their gifts. Like what did you see when you first saw it, and how did you know which people to bring in and which gifts and which abilities?
Oh my gosh. I mean, again, talking about that journey, meeting the people as I was going along the
Yep. Yep.
way. Um, and like even as I met them, learning about their gifts,
Mm.
which inspired
Yeah.
me. And so like being able to learn about, about each person who's a part of the guide team, like everyone is special in their own way. And
Mm.
like to be able to receive their gifts is going to be nothing short of amazing. Like it's just something that you have to be there and experience.
Mm. Was there a point along your journey when maybe you were attempting to do things on your own, and then you started recognizing that you needed support from others to make your vision come to reality? Like, what did that happen along your journey?
Oh my God, it happened with this retreat. I basically, so I've been stewing on this idea for a couple years. Like I said, going through massage and going through beauty, like I wanted to put all my gifts together and be able to host an amazing something, right? And so, I had a meeting with my business partner, Alicia, and her friend, Michelle. And I was like, look, girls, this is what I want to put together. And this is kind of like the itinerary that I put together because this is what I want to offer and what I want to serve.
Yes.
And, you know, what was so great about that meeting, it was more like, all right, Sarah, yes, let's do it. And it was
Mm.
like, what? No opposition? Like everything else I did in life was like there was always opposition.
Wow.
So when this came around, like to be able to have the love and support surrounding it
Mm.
just makes it even more powerful. And so now with the joint effort
Mm.
in promoting this retreat, it just makes it even better, And yeah.
Yeah, also the energy, right? It's like the energy of intention. When you put that energy together, like it creates miracles. I know that my
Mhm,
girlfriend and I, like we have been visualizing our next house that we're going to be moving into, right? Like the
mhm.
the dream house, and we're pouring energy into it, speaking about it, talking about it, and just like continuing to plant and nourish those seeds and cultivate those. And when you have a retreat or an event or a launch of something, some kind of thing that you're putting out into the world, a program, whatever it might be. Like when you have other people and you're all intending that it fills up, it's successful, it's magical, it's epic, then that really amplifies its impact, its growth, its manifestation and fruition.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, just even like when we set meetings just to discuss little things, it
Yeah.
just brings so much joy,
Mm, yeah.
and that's how I know it's aligned. And I've like I said, it's been a couple of years that I've been planning it. I've like set a
Wow.
few dates before this one,
Yeah.
and it just I knew it wasn't right, and now I think it's right. It's
Wow.
right.
Wow. Oh my
So,
gosh. And I know this
yeah.
noticed that you built the website and you did all this amazing stuff. Like, what was it like bringing in the team to make the vision come a reality? How did you make that happen?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, like I said, it started with an idea,
Yeah.
and it was more like, okay, I got this idea. Who do I share this with?
Mm.
Okay, these are the two people that I'm going to share with.
Yeah.
And then it just kept building from there, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then, as I talked to people and had meetings, they got excited about it. So then I knew, like, gosh, I'm doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on
Yeah.
the right path.
Mm.
Everyone's agreeing. And like everything is just flowing and it's with ease. So I mean, what else can you say? It's just meant
Wow.
to be.
Yeah,
So
and I love what you said about you tried it a couple times before and it just wasn't in alignment. I'm curious when someone, let's say someone in the audience is like wanting to launch something, wanting to build a program and serve people in a big way, but they don't feel like it's coming together, it's coming to fruition, and they're frustrated because they want the results, they want the impact, they want the financial success, they want like all of it to work, but it's not working out for them. What feedback do you give to that person? How do they get into alignment?
step back.
Mm.
More like step back. Go do something fun.
Mm.
Because usually at that time it's like your head is too much in it
Yeah.
and you kind of have to let that go. So you want to do something that moves the energy, move your body,
Mm.
go do something, get a massage.
Yep.
Um, honestly, like giving back to yourself at that moment because
Mm.
you spent all your energy on trying to make things happen,
Yeah.
which makes it a little worse. So, what you want to do is step back,
Mm.
recalibrate, so to speak,
Yep.
and then go back to it and be like, okay, what do I need to do next?
Mm.
So, it's always about like, for me, when I feel like I know I'm stressing out and it's just not working,
Yeah.
it's time to step back and go get a massage.
Yeah, yeah, and it
But
doesn't
I also
matter.
find,
Does I was gonna say it doesn't matter what other people say or like the pressure from around you. Like, just know that if you are not in alignment, then it's best for you to go create that space. Go do something fun. Pamper
exactly,
yourself. Take whatever step that you can to bring that aliveness back into you.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm. Hmm.
Again, it's all about the energy, and if it's scattered, you gotta bring it back,
Mm,
So
what's your favorite way to get realigned again? You mentioned a massage. Is there anything else that you do to keep your alignment or to bring it back?
I like to so believe it or not, in my massage room, just being in my massage room brings me
Mm,
back because
wow.
I have crystals everywhere. I grid
Yes.
it, and I do sacred geometry in here. It just feels
Mm,
amazing in here. So whenever I'm in here, it's more like a rejuvenation for me too. So
mm.
this is like my Zen space. This is where I go to like
That's awesome.
chill.
How can our listeners or audience create a space like that for themselves? How did you know what to put in your space, and how can we educate or empower them on what to put in their spaces?
Gotcha. Well, for me,
Hmm.
like I said, I'm about crystals. So, like I said, I'm all about bringing in the love and the light. So, I got rose quartz, and I have rose quartz in every corner of my room.
Mm,
And it just, like I said, it just brings out a different energy. It just feels so light and loving in here. And then again, it's just more like lighting candles too. I have candles
yeah.
in here, and just brings it down some. Like basically, I love the energy of not being busy, so
Mm,
being able to calm it down.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's powerful. It's like there's so many different crystals, to that we can get that have different effects that affect our chakras differently. So I
Mhm.
was curious if there's, rose quartz sounds like is your go-to for most situations.
Yes, yes. Crystal quartz too, the clear one.
Yeah.
Um, do a lot of amethyst also,
Mm.
um, and grounding crystals like black tourmaline.
Ooh.
Having grounding crystals is important too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. You're just like a little girl, like so giddy with this stuff. That's
I love
awesome.
it. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you.
I just and I just like want to be able to, get more people to enjoy this too,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm here for.
Yes, definitely, definitely you are. So, if someone out there is listening, you're pretty awakened, you're pretty conscious, you're in your power, definitely. What other recommendations would you give to our audience if they want to become more of a creator of their reality, become more, a better manifester, a better creator, a better, with flow and energy? What would you recommend?
Pay attention to what you focus on
Mm,
because
yes.
based on stuff I've read through all my self development, what you focus on expands, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you want to make sure that what you're focusing on is what serves you, and
Mm,
what serves others. Stay away from that negative talk.
that's
Saying,
right.
learning about what your limiting beliefs are, and
Mm.
being able to learn about how to change that mindset. Finding a coach.
That's right. That's right.
Finding a
Amen.
coach helps out too. I
Yeah.
mean, we all need help sometime,
Mm,
and sometimes you just need to get to that extra step and
yeah.
being able to get that help. Sometimes that's all you need to get to that next level,
Yeah.
So,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. That's great. I also wanted to ask you about Heart-Centered Boss Babe. How did you come up with that title and that name and that focus?
Well, there's so many groups in like on Facebook, and I was just like, actually, what's so funny is how this came about was Wallie. She was
Mm.
like, "So, Sarah, what's your fun title?" I'm like, "Fun title?" She was like, "Yeah, you have to have a fun title. I mean, after all, this is your business, right? Like, why not be fun?" I'm like, "You're absolutely right." And so, I mean, like I said, everything's about love, light, and happiness here. So, heart-centered boss baby just
Wow.
fits.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And you currently have your own wellness, beauty and wellness spa, right? Like what was it like to transition from, working for someone else to creating your own?
Oh man. Well, I just knew working for someone else, like you just didn't get paid what you were, for what you were doing.
Yep.
Um, but at the same time, it was like I've always knew that I wanted to be self-employed and that I
Hmm.
was capable of running a business and
Yeah.
being able to build it. And
Yeah.
so, like everything about that, I just knew,
Hmm.
like I could definitely do something for myself. I had to find it in myself that I do harness the power to be able to allow me to, get to that point.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of really believing in myself
Hmm.
and really again just taking those steps to get to that next goal, to that next step, to that next whatever.
Wow.
It's just never give up. And like what I've learned through my journey is perseverance. It's all about not giving up and just
Hmm.
keep it going.
What do you say to someone out there who feels like exhausted and like they've been doing it, they've been doing the perseverance thing, they've been patient, it just isn't working for them? What would you say to them?
Man, again, step back. But at the same time, it's almost like you also kind of have to go back to mindset. Like, what is it that lights you up? What is
Mm,
not lighting you up right now? And so diving into that and what can you change? What can you do to make it so that it lights that fire again?
mm,
And for me, I've evolved, like my LLH has evolved from one thing to another, and
yeah,
it's more about, just as you evolve, just, incorporating those new things and letting go of anything that's no longer serving it.
yeah.
So you just always have to be in alignment with what you're doing, and that'll just keep you going.
That's right. And on your journey, you've picked up so many skills and different modalities. Have you ever felt like there it was like a lot to juggle, or you didn't know which ones to prioritize, or talk about, or sell in your elevator pitch, so to speak? Like, how did that unfold and evolve for you?
Oh my gosh, well, I just wanted to do it all. But really, through learning all the different modalities, I knew energy was Reiki
Mm,
healing was one of the top priorities
yeah.
because I'm one of those who feels things. So when I feel hot spots, when I feel holes,
Mm,
that kind of thing, I'm able to just go in there and just like fill it or
mm,
seal it up or whatever I have to do,
yeah.
and it's just that was just one of those things. And then working with crystals and the energy of the crystals
Mm,
amplifies that too. So, I mean, I just, like you say, at different points of my life, I hit different things.
yeah.
And as I keep going, I'm able to integrate them however I do, and I do it intuitively.
Mm.
And that's something I had to learn myself is how to be intuitive and how to like understand the stuff that I'm getting. So
What
it's been a
was that
process.
like? What was that like for you to really discover your intuition and master it?
Oh my gosh, like it's funny, like there's certain times, like for instance, I'll feel like energy on the left side of my head, like
Mm,
out of nowhere. And I'll be like, what is that? And then the next thing you know, like an hour later, something happens,
yeah.
And then I kept getting that. And then I was like, okay, whenever I feel that weird energy, I know something's about to happen. So it's like one of those things. It's like I feel it one time and then I try to see if it happens again.
Mm,
And then I notice if there's a pattern, then that's when I know, okay, this means this means that. And
yeah.
it's just one of those things that I develop as I go. I
Yeah.
don't know it's happening until I actually stop and think about it and become aware of it.
Yeah.
So it's just been like a learning experience, a growing experience, and
Mm,
really going with the flow. And
yeah.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. What would you say is the modality or the area that you're focusing on most this year in like growing and becoming more effective and skilled with?
Oh man, honestly, my main thing is my heaven on earth experience package. And
Mm,
what I mean by that is I literally am taking a holistic approach to self-love and care.
mm,
Like I want you to relax. So you with this package, you're getting a full hour massage,
mm,
right? You also get the option of either receiving, Reiki or crystal healing, or maybe you want a facial,
mm,
so then you also get that. And then you also get on the spiritual side in angel reading. So
wow,
you're getting your physical, your energetic, emotional, and your spiritual
it's
all in
amazing.
one session. And that's something that I really want to focus on this year because self care, man. You got to give yourself some love. I mean, you put your body and your mind through a lot of stuff. You need
Yes.
to stop and relax and pamper yourself every once in
Yeah.
a while, because that's what's going to get you back to your center.
Mm,
That's what's going to get you back to, oh my gosh, let me start working on that project again. Like
yes.
being able to give back to yourself will allow you to give back to others. And so
Mm,
that's something that I want to promote is self-love and care because it's very important. It's very important to existing and being able to move forward and doing the best you can do. So,
yeah,
yeah.
100%. I love it. I love it. This is great. And when people come to you, Sarah, what do they say is it about you that like sets you apart from other massage therapists or energy healers? What do they say is your unique factor, your wow factor?
Honestly, I'm just gonna say, like I said it all, it's a holistic approach.
Mm,
It's from the moment I meet you for the first time to learning about what it is that you need done and what it is that's ailing you,
mm,
and then once you're on my table, taking the intuitive approach at the same time.
yep.
Like, basically, what I hear all the time is, wow, you just know where to go. I'm like, yes, of course. Thank you, intuition. You know what I mean? But like, really intuitively feeling it out,
Mm,
feeling where it is, where you're holding the pain, where you're holding the stress. Like I can physically feel it.
mm,
And it's just one of those. Again, moving on to the next session or the part of the sessions with the energy or the facials. Again, like really feeling it out. And I just feel like by me being able to tune in,
Mhm.
I'm able to customize each session that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
make it more unique and special. So
That's
yeah.
awesome. So cool. What kind of challenges or problems might people be feeling when they want to come to you for one of these heaven on earth packages or Reiki healing? What are they going through? What challenges? What difficulties?
A lot of times it's more about I'm just really tired. I'm exhausted. I need a break.
Hmm.
And you know what? Honestly, those are the best ones because I love, believe it or not, I absolutely love when my client snores.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That just proves to me that they feel safe
Yeah.
and they're already ready to just, surrender and let go whatever it is,
Hmm.
and just being able to, like, again, customize each session to my person. And
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. I really love this. And for everyone who's listening or watching, if you can empower your clients and the people who you work with, clients, customers, whatever, to feel safe, that is like one of the most empowering like ways of being that you can be. Have them feel safe, have them feel nurtured, taken care of, trusting, be able to kind of let
Mhm.
down their guard, so to speak, and just say, I'm in good hands and I don't need to
Yeah.
keep the shields up. I don't need to constantly put all this force and tension and effort, but I can just relax and kind of surrender into someone who I really trust is going to take care of me, and their heart is for my best good.
Yes, definitely. I mean, and even at the same token, it's like, being able to hold that space for you. Like,
Mm,
oh my gosh, how many massage therapists are out there, and you chose me,
yeah.
and for you to choose me, I'm going to do everything in my power to take care of you,
Yeah.
and that all comes from here. Like I said, every person I come in contact with, it's all about infusing love and light and just, keep
Mm,
pushing it forward. So,
yeah.
yeah.
How did you become like this little girl who's always able to tap into like this childlike wonder and energy and innocence? How did you do that, Sarah Beth?
Ah, like I said, I'm going, going through my whole inner child healing,
Mm,
going through those sessions. Those weren't easy sessions, by the way. But like I said, it's once you go through those and finally understand
mm,
where things are coming from and learning how to change those things, it's such a powerful thing. And then learning how to reparent your inner child,
mm,
that's even a more powerful thing to do because now you're in control of
yeah.
how your inner child is going to respond.
Wow.
And yeah, like I said, that's one of the main things of this retreat is I feel that that is one of the most empowering things that helped me
Yeah.
move on to my next level
Mm,
because that was when I finally understood why I was doing the things I was doing.
mm,
So
mm,
that's what
yeah.
I want to pass on. That's what I want to share. I want to be able to share mindset stuff and you are enough. You've got
Mm.
everything in you, that whole thing. And it's true. And we all hold it within. It's just a matter of being able to unleash the magic we have. So,
Yeah. Yes, 100%. And you're doing the retreat this year. I know it's in July. We'll talk about how they can find out more about that in a second. I'm curious, do you see a vision of it expanding, getting bigger, going to different places, or what do you see as the evolution of your business and what you're creating right now?
but of course, it only gets better from here.
That's right.
Of course, this is going to be the first one.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I'm going into it like with, like I said, positive energy. I honestly don't know what to expect, and I'm not even going to put it out there. Like I said,
Mm,
we're just going to go with it, right? I
yeah.
have a general idea. We're
Mm,
just going to flow. But I definitely see more and more retreats coming.
mm.
I definitely see even out of state retreats.
Ooh.
So, again, it's going to be about connecting with the right people and knowing how to put these all together that's just something that I'm going to look forward to as part of my journey again, and something to be excited about,
Yes.
So.
I love it. I love it, Sarah. It's so awesome. Is there any other really big pieces of wisdom that you wanted to share today about healing, about growing, about really being empowered, self-expression? I know that's a big one for you as well. Anything else you feel our
Mhm.
audience really needs to get?
You know, it's all about being your true self,
Mm,
everything's a story. There's stories everywhere, right? So as long as you're true to your story and
mm,
who you are, nothing can stop you, you
mm,
know? Um, Again, everything I feel like is within. And once you learn to unlock those things,
mm.
oh my gosh, you're just going to be so expansive and so just ready to just take on the world even, more.
Yeah.
Um, but really, just really not giving up. And again, just really believing in yourself because you got what it takes. It's just a matter of really going for it. So
Mm, I love it. I love it. I'm curious with your how many kids do you have, Sarah?
I have two.
Two. You have two. What were some of the biggest gifts and or biggest lessons or pieces of wisdom that they gave you raising them?
Oh my gosh. Ah, my gosh. Patience too.
Mm,
Like learning patience. And what the funny thing about this is like I said, I was 16 when I had my first one. Like
mhm,
I grew up with them too. So it was
mhm.
like we were growing together.
Yeah.
My oldest is now almost going to be 21, and
Wow.
here
It's
I
amazing.
am, like feeling like, oh my God, I just learned about life.
Yep.
um, but I mean, just love, going back to love and just really appreciating. Like I said, my perspectives is so much different through going through everything and like just being able to see them and like the different experiences. It's just different. So
Mm, I
yeah.
love it. I love it so much. Um, I wanted to ask what are some typical things that you do to raise your vibration? Because you're in San Diego, right? You're enjoying
Yes.
the sunny San Diego city. What are some things that you love to do in San Diego?
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, so I work all the time. So I don't get out very much. But like as far as like, what I enjoy and what I like to do is like dance,
Mm,
like to be able to move my body and do things that I enjoy that helps me, get back to center and like, do all that. But for the most part, like I said, I've always been about serving people. So I've always just been like, how can I help the next person?
mm. That's
you
amazing though.
know?
That like huge heart, just out to contribute. You're out to make a difference. You're out to support people. Where did that come from? Where do you think that was born or cultivated from?
Oh, go like I said, growing up, I just felt like I was fighting the world alone.
Mm,
Like I said, I had dreams and goals of one direction, but I was expected to go a different direction. So it
yeah,
was like fighting. I just felt like I was fighting for support. And so like I've always wanted to be that person for the person who felt that same way.
yeah.
And I'm gonna I feel like I'm choking up as I talk about it, but like I've always wanted to be the person to be there for someone who doesn't have someone to lift them up and say, hey, good job. Hey, you're doing a great job. Because I didn't have that. And so I felt like I was always alone. And like
Mm.
for me to be able to step into that position for someone else would make my heart just soar. So sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's you, girl. That's own. That's a part of you, and I believe that emotionality, that tenderness, that warmth is what connects people to you. And you're just real, and you have this big heart, big beating heart. That is there for people, and don't ever be sorry for that. That's beautiful, and even if you have to cry on live television, don't be sorry. Say, this is who I am. Take
This
it or
is
leave
who I am. Yeah.
it.
But yeah, like my main thing, like I said, is like really being a friend to someone who needs it when they need it. Like
Mm,
being someone at that time that they needed that person.
yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
am.
amazing. Amazing. Amazing, Sarah. I love it. I love it. So, we talked a little bit about the retreat. Tell us a little bit more about the details, when it is, and just what people can get. Who would want to go? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so it's from July 18th to the 21st here in San Diego, California.
Okay.
It's a 4-day self love immersion to remembering who
Mm,
you are.
beautiful.
So basically, on the first night, everyone comes in. We have a little welcome reception, and then we're going to have a wine and paint night. So,
Mm,
getting to know each other, drink some wine, loosen up a little bit, and, paint from our hearts, whatever that may look like.
that's right.
And then, just like I said, just getting to know each other, having some icebreaker games,
Mm,
and then just having a good old time. Day one.
mm,
Day two is when we get into the nitty gritty, when we get into the healing aspect. Like I said, going into the inner child meditation.
mm,
Basically, we'll go into a session where we meet up with our inner child, have a little conversation, and then get what we need from that meditation,
mm,
whatever that may look like. Of course, that looks different for everybody, right?
yeah.
Um, Basically, Wallie Drummond, who is a guide who will be, like I said, Reiki practitioner and theta healer, she'll be hosting that meditation. And then we'll be going into a yoga sound bath. So, again,
Mm,
going to the energetic healing, being able to listen to the crystal singing bowls, which will activate all the different chakras, and basically align and get our energy right.
mhm.
We also will be having like daily yoga during the retreat. So if you're
Beautiful.
into the yoga, we're
So
going to have
beautiful.
that every morning to get your body moving, get your blood flowing, get you all stretched out and whatnot.
Yes. Yes.
um, and then again, on day two, we also will be breaking out into healing and reading sessions.
Mm,
So I have guides who will be doing readings, Udoka, who does like spirit readings and tarot card readings. I have again Wally, who also does angel card readings.
mm,
I will be doing Reiki and crystal healing and also angel card readings. So this will be more of the guidance type session, right?
uh-huh, uh-huh.
So you get your healing, your crystal and Reiki healing, and then you also get your reading for guidance and healing and whatnot. Day three is the fun day. It's our self love day. So this is when we bring in the massage therapists, the
Ooh,
estheticians for our facials. We will have an
yes.
acupuncturist coming in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we will have self a stylist come in to talk about dressing our next level self. So
Wow.
Anna Neymark will be
Mhm.
coming in to talk about that. I'm excited about that because that also goes into meditation and really going in and looking and seeing what your future self looks like and
Mm.
really bringing that in and trying to embody that, for the rest of, our journey. And then I'm trying to think. I have so many things. Also, like a formal dinner. Like we're also gonna have a formal dinner to where we can dress up and really
Mm,
appreciate, who we are, how we look, what we stand for. So we want
yeah.
everyone to dress up and just have a nice little, dinner together. And
Mm.
then day four, oh my gosh, everything I say is like great day because it is. But day four is gonna be mindset magic and
Mm,
manifestation. So I'll be going over like a little talk on how to manifest, how to be the identity of what you're bringing into your life. And then the final part of that is learning a lap dance. So
ooh.
bringing in exotic dance flow to help move
Wow.
our bodies and
That's
to just
awesome.
have unapologetic self expression.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I wanted to just kind of bring in real quick the reason why the lap dancing session came in is
Mhm.
because through my journey, I actually did own a pole fitness and dance studio.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
again, bringing in skills that I've had
Yeah.
going through this whole time and really bringing it together to empower the
Yes.
woman coming to my retreat, you know?
Yeah, and
So,
I hear as well. I love that because it's like a woman owns her body, owns the sensuality, the sexuality, the like beautiful curves in every inch when you start moving and appreciating and dancing it and dancing in that kind of a way. So I totally
mhm,
appreciate that, and reminding women that you can always ignite and like feel that inner
yes,
fierceness, that fierce confidence, loving, feminine energy. It's super powerful.
yes. Goddess energy.
Goddess, there you go. There you go.
Yes. So that's when I talk about releasing your inner goddess is
Mm,
through exotic dance and
yeah.
moving your body and allowing it to flow in ways that you've never maybe have seen before, so I'm all about allowing yourself to explore and really find out who you are,
Mm,
so
yeah. Amazing.
that's what
Amazing.
it's about.
So incredible. So who would you say the retreat is for, and who is it not for?
This retreat is for the person who is ready to ditch the BS, the
Hmm.
person who feels stuck and is just ready to move on and make that next move.
Yeah.
This is also the person for the person who does need to get away to reconnect with themselves, So a lot of times I see more like moms
Hmm.
and moms who need to get away. I see entrepreneurs who may be feeling stuck, who may need to get that next boost,
Yep.
who may need to get that pep talk through our manifestation magic, We have the material to be able to like change your mindset and really believe in yourself
Yeah.
and really go out there and get it,
Mm,
So I feel like this also is it's for the person who's ready to just take that next step, who's
yeah.
ready to just like move forward,
Mm, mm,
And yeah, and just again, like person who also maybe who's just new to looking into finding themselves,
yeah. Yeah.
So anyone who's on that spiritual journey who's ready to make that move. That's
Beautiful.
who that's for.
Beautiful. And is there anyone who it's not for? Is it open to all audiences, or is there male, female, or just tell us a little bit more about who it might not be for?
Gotcha. So definitely, this is an all women's retreat, so it's definitely not for males. I'm sorry.
Dang it!
But this is definitely not for the closed-minded. This is
Mm,
not for the person who is going to take in material and just not do anything with it.
mm,
This is not for the person who's going to just sit there and just let life pass them by. This is for the person who wants to move forward and impact lives and impact themselves. This is for the person who just wants to share their message to be able to open up, like to find it within them. Like,
mm,
I'm here to help pull your gifts out. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
that's what Empower Thyself is about, is really pulling from within and sharing what you got.
Oh
So
my gosh, I'm hungry right now, Sarah. I'm hungry for this event. It's transformational. It's gonna
it
blow.
is.
It's gonna blow their socks off. How do
It
they
is.
get there? How do they take the next steps? How do they sign up?
All right, so we have a website. So you're going to want to go to
Okay. Mm,
www.empowerthyselfretreat.com.
mm.
All the information's on there. You can register online. There is a contact page. So if you have any questions before you do anything, definitely send a message. I will be happy to answer any questions. Um, but yeah,
I
that's where you
love
can
it.
find us.
I love it. So awesome. And when I said, "Oh, I wish I could come," Wally said, "Send your girlfriend, Chris."
Yes, that's your girlfriend.
I love it. I love it. So awesome. Well, hey, this is awesome. EmpowerThyselfRetreat.com. That's where people can get to the retreat. And is there any other ways that they can connect with you, Sarah Beth? Like how they can continue their journey with you if they want to, have a conversation or anything else like that?
Yeah, you can also find us on my business website,
Okay.
llhbeautyandwellnessspa.com.
Okay.
We're also on Instagram and Facebook with the handle at LLH Beauty and Wellness Spa.
Boom.
You can also find me on Facebook, Sarabeth Sulio. Send me a
Mm.
message. I'd love to connect.
I love it. I love it. Your energy is just like, my gosh, it's just blooming, beaming. It's just luminous. It's awesome. Sara, you are an
Thank you.
incredible human being. Thank you for your love and light
Thank
that
you.
you're putting into the world, and also how you're serving these women and people who come to you. And you're a healer. You know, you're a transformational specialist, and you're creating an amazing retreat for anyone who is ready to up level their life, to create more freedom, to create more empowerment, the healing, great energy, aliveness, all of it. They can get that when they go to
Yes.
empowerthyselfretreat.com, and they can see you there. So thank you so much for being on here, just being the amazing woman you are. And I appreciate you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Yes. We'll see you soon. All right. Take care.
Bye.